Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Judith Patterson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Texas, and today we're going to make an easy and fun shaker card using Picture This dies and This Birthday Piggy stamps. I'm having a lot of fun with these stamps this week, and I hope you'll hop over to my blog and see some of the other things that I've done with this stamp set, and it is going to continue to be my stamp set through tomorrow, my stamp set of the week. So there will be a couple of more ideas tomorrow over on my blog using this set. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into stamping today. So the first thing that I have done is with my regular size stamp cut and emboss machine, I've used this die from Picture This dies. There's two dies for this one. There is the circle one, and there's also this one that has the rectangles in it. So I've already used it to cut this piece of smoky slate cardstock. I'm just going to punch the centers out. I'll save these for another project. And this is what we're going to be using today. This piece of smoky slate cardstock is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I just centered the die up on that as best as I could. And then the base for our card is also smoky slate, and it measures 8 1/2 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and it is scored, nope, it's scored at 4 1/4 inches. It measures 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 inches. And then I have just a small scrap of basic white cardstock that I'm going to stamp the pig on the scooter. I'm using Tuxedo Black Memento ink to stamp this one. Getting it inked up pretty good, so I'm just tapping. Then I just want to center this on this piece of cardstock. Okay. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends to color this. For the pig, I'm using the light Calypso Coral. So now I'm going to use my mini stamp cut and emboss machine with the Playful Piggies dies to cut out my piggy. And remember, these dies are only available this month. After this month, then they won't be available anymore. So I'll leave the link to my shop on my in the description below, so that you can click on over there and purchase these dies if you want the accompanying dies to the set. Okay, so the final piece to go on the front of this is a piece of a Wash and Beauty Designer Series paper. This is cut 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and I say this is the final piece. There is one more piece, and that is a piece of a window sheet cut 4 inches, well, slightly under 4 inches. It's 3 7/8 inches by 5 3/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to do my best to center this up right here. In the front. Okay, this is the back of this. Here's the front and here's the back, and it's, I'm sure, kind of hard to tell the difference on the screen, but I'm using Stampin Seal to just go along the edges of this smoky slate piece, and then I'm also going to go here in between. Then I'm just going to lay this sheet down on top of that. Okay, so this part is probably the most tedious. I'm using foam adhesive strips, and I'm going to go around each one of these rectangles, making sure I have each one completely sealed up, and then I like to have just a little extra piece, just to keep this piece from being, I want it to be level all the way across. I don't want any saggy places. And I'm just going to use my paper snips to cut this as I go. Okay, so that's all ready. So what I'm going to do now is stick this right here, and it's going to kind of be my guide. And I'm going to use the For Everything Fancy sequins. I'm only going to use the blue, however, for this one. So I'm just going to use these. I love how many sequins you get in this package of sequins. So you get all 3 of these when you purchase the set, and there's all these different sequins in here. I'm going to see if you can see some of them. And there we go. So we've got some sparkles, some blue, some gold, some clear, some little half pearls. It's a lot, and it's got variety, which I really appreciate. So I'm just going to pile up some here. Then I'm going to pile some up in the middle, and it's up to you how many you want to use. Just going to add a few more, and a few more here. And then over here I'm going to add another pile. And before I take the backing off of my foam strips, I'm going to place this over these piles and make sure that I'm not going to be covering up any, I don't want any sequins to get stuck between my adhesive. I like lots of shaker bits, so I think that'll do. It's stuck to my tape. That looks good. Let's see. Okay, so this one here needs to be spread out this way a little bit more. I think I'm going to do the same for this one. And also this one. I'm going to add just a little bit more to this one. Okay, so I like the way that looks. So now I'm going to go ahead and take all of the adhesive backing off. Then you just want to center this as well as you can over the front of your card and over your sequins. And then just gently press down. And then for the pig, I'm going to go ahead and just use the Stampin' seal again. Typically I use my multi-purpose liquid glue. It's my favorite thing, and in fact I'm going to grab it in just a second to add a few more embellishments to the front of this card. But I thought for this, the multi-purpose liquid glue will stick to the window sheet, but I just think Stampin' Seal might be a little bit better for that. I don't always use Stampin' Seal, but today I am. Okay, so there's that. So then I want to add a couple of these pearls and then one of these tiny little gems, these clear little gems. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to do that, just to help pick them up a little bit easier. And pouring a few in the lid so that I can separate them out easier helps as well. So I'm just going to put one here and one here. So this is for the little half pearl shapes. I did get a little much glue there, but that's okay. It'll dry clear and it'll be fine. That one's better. Okay, and then I want one more. I'm going to put it right down here on the flag, and it's going to be one of these teensy little gems like this one here. And there you have it. There is our shaker card. And look at how much fun this is to shake. I love it. It's so much fun. I don't do a lot of fancy fold cards. I do some. They're usually pretty simple. But I think shaker cards are the best. So I have to do those every once in a while. And using this die, it just seems to make it so much easier, and I like that there's all these different sections too. It looks like it's one big section, but since I have the dividing foam strips in there, it keeps it from all getting blobbed up in one space. Alright, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, I love it whenever I get new subscribers. That always makes my day. It makes my day when you give me a thumbs up too. And I'm having an online, well, it's a class to go, or there is a local option, in person, if you're local to me here in Texas, in my neck of the woods. Well, we don't really have woods, but you know what I mean. Not where I'm at. But, so this card here says Sending Cheer. It's part of the Bottled Happiness set, and it is one of the cards that we'll be making in class. So the last day to sign up for that is actually tomorrow, Saturday, September 10th. So if you would like to know more information about that, I have a link to that down below in the description as well, or you can just go to my website. and learn more there. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy stamping.